Hey, this is Nathan with Analog Reviews, and today we're having a look at a great game that some of you may have missed. It's the PlayStation 3 exclusive, Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is unique in the sense that it's the perfect blend between being a cinematic masterpiece and video game. It plays more or less like an interactive movie. The first half hour of the game has you familiarizing yourself with the controls. You assume the role of Ethan, a family man and architect. The game will initially present you with a bunch of simple tasks, such as brushing your teeth, getting dressed, working, and interacting with your family. This acts to immerse you into the character and stands in stark contrast to the remainder of the game, which features a dark and depressing story along with harsh consequences for every action. Tragedy soon strikes Ethan as his perfect life is turned upside down when his son is abducted. During the course of Heavy Rain, you play as 4 different characters. Ethan for the majority of the game, but you also assume the role of an FBI agent by the name of Norman Jayden, as well as a private investigator, Scott Shelby, and a woman by the name of Madison Page. Each of the characters' stories interconnects with one another as they all have an interest in Ethan's missing son, Sean. The characters are all able to contribute to the story in their own way. Norman, for example, has exceptional investigational abilities. He's able to examine a crime scene and find DNA evidence instantly with the help of his glasses. Ethan, on the other hand, is the most emotional of the 4 characters and is constantly tested in disturbing ways as he will do anything in his power to save his son. Heavy Rain is a genre of its own. The controls are different from pretty much any game on the market. The majority of the experience plays through QuickTime events similar to the Resident Evil games. However, you can make different choices during the events that all directly influence the story. It can be as simple as losing a fight and walking around with blood on your clothing, to something more severe. Rather than facing a game over screen, the characters you control can potentially die, thus changing the story completely, along with the remainder of the game. This makes it so that you'll want to play through Heavy Rain multiple times in order to experience every event. The final ending of the game can change dramatically depending on your choices as well. This makes for a truly unique experience and would be a great starting point for anyone who isn't too familiar with video games. If you have an older family member that doesn't play video games but enjoys movies, Heavy Rain would be a perfect entry into the gaming world, as it acts to bridge the 2 entertainment mediums. Although Heavy Rain features a disturbing and depressing narrative, it still does well to immerse you. It's the type of game where you'll completely lose track of time as you ponder what's going to happen next in the story. The graphics are phenomenal, as is the realistic art direction. The areas vary, as a game can have you searching through a warehouse to sneaking around a nightclub or mansion. The pacing and storytelling of the game are superb. Quantic has employed professional actors for the game, featuring motion capture and quality voice acting which lends the Heavy Rain's realistic feel. However, the actors' European accents can sometimes get in the way, as the game is supposed to take place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
For him, they're more of an image, a symbol. That's probably why he gives him an origami figure and an orchid as gifts to apologize for what he's done to them.
The music is great, proving to be a real cinematic soundtrack. It adds drama and fits in perfectly with the mood and ambience of the game. It almost sounds like Hans Zimmer could have composed it, as the music reminded me of the movie The Last Samurai. Overall, Heavy Rain is a masterpiece and should be played by anyone who owns a PlayStation 3. If you don't own a PS3, it's worth getting your hands on one just to play Heavy Rain. Quantic has done something truly unique and innovative with this game, and I'm greatly looking forward to their latest project, Beyond Two Souls, which ships later this year. Be sure to subscribe for more analog reviews.